Um, Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news. Guys, I've just currently woke up, but I've been reading more of the press. A lot more things is updated now. I've read Sky Sports, I've read the Metro, read the Daily Mirror. I've read quite a lot of media outlets, the Guardian. I've read quite a lot of media outlets, and reportedly it says in the press that Paul Pogba could be in doubt for the Manchester derby tomorrow. Don't forget it's a half past 4 kick-off as well. I think Manchester United have still got Valencia out with a mouth problem. I think Doyle's still out with a knock injury as well. But reportedly, Fellaini, not Fellaini, sorry, Paul Pogba has suffered a slight injury, and he didn't say fully he could miss the Manchester derby. You know, the player that's participated in every Premier League match this season. You know, supposedly our most essential midfielder. Since he's come in United in the Premier League, he's made 71 appearances in the Premier League and scored 14 goals as the player. But reportedly, Paul Pogba has suffered an injury. I think this was during the Juventus game midweek when we'd come back from behind and 1-2-1. But reportedly, it confirmed, according to the press, that he'd missed training on Friday with the rest of the squad at Paul Pogba. But reportedly, he said he'd been training in Carrington indoors. But reportedly, the press have pronounced it out that it's not a severe injury. So that's one good thing. That reportedly it's not a serious injury. They've just described it as a minor injury. So he could still potentially have time to maybe recover. From this minor injury, by tomorrow. But reportedly, it says in the press that Paul Pogba could be in doubt for the Manchester derby tomorrow. Paul Pogba scored at Manchester City twice last season, when we come from behind, and, when we won by 3-2 as well. But reportedly, it could be in doubt. The injury is being described as a minor injury. I hope he does recover. I hope he does participate in the game, because he's basically our most essential midfielder. We know that he's had disputes with Jose Mourinho with Paul Pogba. We know that there's been rumours about potentially him maybe making a move back to Juventus maybe in January or next summer. But I demand that I can't see Manchester United willing to sanction him off. I think Man United will be reluctant to sanction Paul Pogba off as well. But that's another injury update to update you with. It's just been updated in the press. So yeah, it's not a severe injury according to the press. He hasn't trained on Friday. Didn't train on Friday with the rest of the squad. He missed out. But he'd confirmed that he'd been training indoors at Paul Pogba as well. So the slight injury was there. As I said, more news to update you on anywhere is about Alexis Sanchez. Reportedly, he does. I think he's slightly improved the last couple of games. I don't think he's really made an impact since he's come to Old Trafford. But according to the press, Alexis Sanchez does actually want to leave Manchester United. Basically, he's explained his situation as Alexis Sanchez. Reportedly, he doesn't get on with the teammates at Old Trafford. He's only been here since January, so he could be leaving, within the next 12 months, I should presume, or he could even be leaving in January. Reportedly, he doesn't get on well with the teammates. He doesn't like Jose Mourinho's managerial style. We know Mourinho's had, quite a lot of disputes with players, especially the top players, since he's arrived at Old Trafford. This is his third year at the club. But reportedly, Sanchez said he wants to leave Manchester United and join Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain are keen on the play. Paris Saint-Germain United was sort of like linked with Alexis Sanchez last year. Sanchez, since he's come, he's only scored 4 goals as the player. As I said, I thought he was very, very good in his Arsenal days with Arsenal. Very good with Udinese, very, very good with Barcelona, and he's currently on £500,000 a week. He's Alexis Sanchez, so he's the highest paid player in the Premier League. For me, he's a versatile player. He can play in numerous positions, but he's mainly number 7. He's Alexis Sanchez, but for me, he just isn't doing it at Manchester United. So we could potentially be seeing him leave in the January window. I think he will be sold in January with Alexis Sanchez. He could, so basically, he could be playing alongside Mbappe and Neymar, in January or next summer, because he does feel unsettled at Manchester. Does Alexis Sanchez, and for me, he hasn't really made an impact. Since he's come to Old Trafford, and for me, Alexis Sanchez, Mourinho put him up front against Juventus. I thought he slightly improved in the last couple of games. He has slightly improved, but he isn't scoring goals as Alexis Sanchez. And for me, I just don't think he's a Manchester United player. This is a newer era for him after, his Premier League proven past with Arsenal. This is a newer era for him. He's only been here since January, and I think he's just finding it hard to settle in at Old Trafford. And I think he's playing with different players, as he was at Arsenal, obviously, and he's experiencing a new era. And I just don't think he's settling in at Old Trafford. I'm afraid. So I think PSG are really, really keen on they were linked to him last year. Yeah, so I think he will end up leaving, for Paris Saint-Germain, will the player. But he said in the press like quite a few weeks ago that currently the wages Sanchez is receiving, he's stopping, De Gea. He's stopping De Gea signing a new deal, because we know David De Gea, potentially the best goalkeeper in the world, that David De Gea has not potentially that contract extension yet. Mourinho said about 2 or 3 weeks ago he wasn't confident he was going to sign it. It's still a debate whether he's going to sign his extension or not. I'm still have faith that De Gea will eventually. I think he'll stay here. As long as he's winning silverware and stuff. As long as we're competitive. But I think he will. Yeah, and he was very, very good in Spain. Where obviously David De Gea had risen up the ranks. He's now been at Old Trafford 8 years as David De Gea. Um, 8 years of David De Gea. But as I said, yeah, we could see quite a few players leave in the January window. As you said in the press that I think Manchester United are close to now coming to an agreement for getting Martial a current new deal. Reportedly, it's rumoured that he's going to be getting a 45 million year deal. He's also going to be signing a 5-year contract. His current contract comes to an end this season. So basically on his current deal, he has the option to extend it by a further year. But Jose Mourinho, Manchester United reportedly offered him 45 million a year and 5-year deal. His agents and representatives have been in discussions with Man United about getting him this contract, but reportedly it's close to materialising is this agreement. So that's very, very good news. Due to Martial's fantastic performances, he's been phenomenal. This season, last 5-6 games especially. Good young age talent, will grow and develop. As I said, more. But reportedly, due to based on his fantastic performances, he has been recalled back into the France squad. He's made 18 appearances for France. He missed the World Cup last summer as well. But yeah, he's been recalled back into the France squad as Anthony Martial as well. Jose Mourinho did give us an update going into the Manchester derby. He said obviously Romelu Lukaku's been back in training. He hasn't guaranteed he will be playing. He says he could be available for the Manchester derby. Romelu Lukaku, obviously the player that's missed the last 2 or 3 games for United, because he hasn't been in great form this season. Romelu Lukaku, compared to as he was last season, he hasn't scored in like 9 games, 10 games or something like that, Romelu Lukaku. But he did confirm he could be available. He has suffered like an injury. I think it was a muscle problem or something like that as Romelu Lukaku. So he has suffered an injury as well. Obviously, Martial and Rashford, have been fulfilling Romelu Lukaku's spot. So he could feature for the Manchester derby on Sunday. I think Martial and Rashford have been absolutely phenomenal, fulfilling Romelu Lukaku's spot. Do you think we look better without Romelu Lukaku? Some fans may think we do, because this is a big game tomorrow, and people do talk about Romelu Lukaku being a big game bottle. He doesn't score or do very, very well against the big teams. So Jose Mourinho obviously will have to suss that out as well. But yeah, I think it's going to be a big game tomorrow. As I said, City have obviously, as I said, got Kevin De Bruyne out for 6 months. Not 6 months. 6 weeks. It confirmed. 6 week. He could be out till mid-December. One of their most, essential creative players. Very, very good team play indeed. Very, very good in the midfield. You know, one of the best midfielders for me in the Premier League is Kevin De Bruyne, but they're still doing very, very well without him. This season, played 11, won 9, 33 goals, only leads 4 in Manchester City. And, you know, they've got a world class team. You know, a lot of money's been invested in that team, you know, especially since Pep Guardiola's taking over. You know, more than half of the £1 billion he's spent in all his managerial career. More than half of that has been spent on Manchester City since he, you know, got appointed manager. You know, and, you know, Guardiola's a fantastic manager with good pedigree, broken records, won 24 trophies, good in his Barcelona days, good in his Bayern Munich days. And, you know, City secured 100 points last season. They've got a fantastic squad that can cause Manchester United's defence all sorts of problems. We've only kept 1 clean sheet this season. We've won 3 on the road so far this season away from home. So as away form hasn't been very, very good so far this season. But, you know, with City's attack, with the what the world class players they've got, you know, it could cause our defence all sorts of problems because Jose Mourinho says defensively we don't look very, very good. We need to address that defence. Jose Mourinho wants a centre half, as I said, he wants an attacker in the January window as well. Reportedly he's going to get around 100 million in January. It come out a couple of weeks ago in the press. Everyone's backing Jose Mourinho now. There's still fans that want him out, even though we've been in a good run of form lately. There's still, you know, fans that want Jose Mourinho out. But there is time to turn it around now. We're not in the commanding position that we should be in. You know, this is Jose Mourinho's 3rd season. He has won 3 trophies since he's come to the club, Man United. But, you know, as I keep saying, you know, the history of this club, you know, with the success we've had, especially under Fergie, the history of Jose Mourinho, you know, winning 3 Premier League trophies with Chelsea, winning titles everywhere else he's been. You know, you'd have expected him by now, you know, to have got a Premier League trophy with Man United, and considering so far he just spent under £400 million since he's come to Old Trafford. So, you know, there's still time for this to happen. He's convinced we can get the top 4 at the end of the season. It's important that we do get that Champions League qualification. For next season as well. It's good to see that we're only 1 game away off now. We're only 1 game away off now from securing the qualification for the knockouts next year in February. But for me, it was a big, massive win on Wednesday against Juventus. And as I said, it's a fortress at Juventus, and that was a big win. You know, I give Jose Mourinho a lot of credit. You know, was on the back foot, you know, for the majority of the game, and you know, Jose Mourinho turned it around. So I credit Jose Mourinho for them good substitutions that I made. Great goal it was from Juan Mata. The second goal was lucky. You know, it was 2 set pieces. You know, but that's how football works sometimes. And that win now is going to give us confidence going into the Manchester City game tomorrow. But we know Manchester City are absolutely in fantastic form. You know, they're banning goals in for fun. Scored 6 against Shakhtar Donetsk, scored 6, you know, last weekend against Southampton. So they are going to be hard to stop, defensively solid. So it's going to be hard for Manchester United to break them down. You know, the right-hand side concerns me. It really concerns me, does the right-hand side, because teams, you know, you've seen signs this season where teams have exploited our right-hand side too easily. For me, Mata been playing very, very well. Mata, for me, is not a right midfielder. You can play on the wing, but I think, you know, he operates himself better in a number 10 position, as I keep saying. You know, Lingard, you know, sometimes plays on that right wing as well. As I said, he played Ashley Young at right back, you know, against Juventus. I think he played well, but I think he's a more of a winger, he's Ashley Young, because for the majority of his career, he's played on that right wing anyway. You know, for England, played on that right wing. In his Villa days, played on that right wing. So I still think Jose Mourinho's still playing some players slightly out of position. We know his centre-back partnership, you know, recently, you know, he's been playing Lindelof and Chris Smalling there. We know Bailey hasn't featured in a while for Man United. He has come on the bench. I think he's recently been injured, hasn't he, Bailey? He's coming to an end of his deal as well. He's been linked to a move away. Reportedly, it come out AC Milan reportedly interested in the player. You know, we've had him since like 2015-16, you know, when we got him from Villarreal for like £30 million. If Jose Mourinho was to sanction him off, you know, he'd rather, you know, cash in for the play in January rather than let him go on the free next summer. Eric Bailey's made 7 appearances this season or something like that for Man United as Eric Bailey. So yeah, he's been linked to a move away as well. Jones, obviously, is another player as well who's coming to an end of his deal. I don't think Man United have negotiated about Phil Jones getting a new deal yet. I think we do have the option to put a 12-month extension on his current contract. You know, the player that's been here since 2012 or 11. Got him from Blackburn, £17 million. So he has been here under Fergie, he has been here under Van Gaal, now he's here under Jose Mourinho. He's won everything here but the Champions League, is Jones. We know he's suffered from, he's suffered from a lot of injury problems, since he's come to Manchester United, Phil Jones. But he's also coming to an end of his deal as well. But we know, recently Lindelof and Smalling been playing in that centre-back position. Left back, we know Luke Shaw's participated a lot this season, compared to last season where, he didn't get a lot of game time, Luke Shaw. But this season, in that full-back position, he's getting a lot of game time. We know he's had disputes with Jose Mourinho in the past. We have had Luke Shaw. I think his performances have been good, to be fair. We know he had a lot of injury problems, Luke Shaw, especially last season as well. He had injury problems. I think he had them during his Southampton days as well. I think we've had Luke Shaw since 2014, so this is his 5th year now with Man United. But yeah, he's playing a lot more this season. I think he's establishing himself well. But yeah, there were breaking news yesterday, but we know, breaking news that Raheem Sterling from Manchester City had signed a new 5-year contract extension with Manchester City. Man City, I think this is 3rd or 4th season with City now. They got him from Liverpool in 2015. I think the fee was around, was it £50 million or something like that. But reportedly, it says he signed his contract extension until 2023 as Raheem Sterling. I should presume he will be featuring tomorrow. But they've got a lot of class players in Man City. They've got Sterling there, they've got Sané there, they've got Gabriel Jesus, they've got Fernandinho, they've got Aguero. They've got world class players, that could cause our defence all sorts of problems as well. But confirmed, this is the 22nd meeting, as I said, between Mourinho and Pep Guardiola. Mourinho's won 5, Pep Guardiola's won 9. And, there's been 7 draws between the two managers. I think the only manager that's beat Pep Guardiola more than out is Jurgen Klopp. I still think Jose Mourinho's style of play and his managerial style still needs to improve at Manchester United. There's no doubt about that. Because even though we've been in fantastic form, the performances still haven't been up to scratch. We need to stop playing for one half of a game. We need to start playing for 90 minutes a game. Or, when we go behind, we seem to be playing when we go behind as well. And we need to stop playing when we go behind. We've got to play right from the off. We have to play right from the off, and that's the most essential thing as well, guys. That's the most essential thing. We've got to stop playing right from the off. But yeah, as I updated you yesterday about Juan Mata, reportedly, as I said, it come out in the press. Reportedly, Arsenal were interested in Juan Mata. Emre were keen on reuniting with Juan Mata. He's also another player coming to an end of his deal at Old Trafford. I think Juan Mata, as I said, I think he's been fantastic, since we got him in the David Moyes era in 2014. I think Mata's been fantastic for us. He's obviously worked with Emre in the past as Juan Mata. Obviously, he's up the ranks for Real Madrid. And, he was at Valencia for like 4 or 5 years, under Emre. So he does have a strong relationship with Emre. He's had experience of being in Spain as well, Mata. He was very, very good in his Chelsea days as well. He was there for 3 years or so. He won the Champions League with them, the Europa League with them, and the FA Cup with Chelsea. During his days with Valencia, I think he made about 174 appearances, under Emre. Arsenal undefeated, I think in 13-14 under Emre. They've had a couple of draws in there as well. Emre, but he seems to be a very, very good manager. He's managed PSG and Sevilla in the past as Emre, obviously Valencia as well. But Juan Mata has been at Old Trafford in 2014. So he's been in the Premier League now, all in all, including his days with Chelsea, about 8 or 9 years or something like that. I think he's a very, very good midfielder. He can play as a centre attacking midfielder. He can play on the wing as well. He's been playing on the wing this season more than out. I think he's better in a number 10 or in the middle is Juan Mata, to be quite fair. I don't know if Man United have been talked yet about securing him a new deal at the club, because his current contract is coming to an end soon as well. But Man United and Arsenal have done deals in the past, as we all know. You know, with Robin van Persie. You know, with Arsenal got Welbeck off Man U. You know, we got Sanchez off them in January, involved in a swap deal with McTominay. But obviously, most arch rivals, or fiercest rivals, don't like doing deals with each other. But obviously, Man U and Arsenal are arch rivals as well. It came out in the press that Arsenal were keen on Arsenal, and Imre were keen on getting Juan Mata to Arsenal. I can't see Manchester United basically sanctioning him off, because I think he's a very, very good, consistent player, very tenacious, and I think his composure is absolutely fantastic as well. I think he's distinctive in his play, so I can't see Man United offload him, especially to arch rivals Arsenal as well. But I think it's going to be an interesting game tomorrow. I think both teams will definitely score, because we've got a good attacking instinct in us. City have got a fantastic attacking instinct in them, and they've been scoring goals for fun. But defensively, we do have problems, and Jose Mourinho will look to address this. He's missed out on a lot of potential targets since he's come to the club. That's a disappointing thing. As I said, defensively, we've been interested in Inter Milan centre back. He's been interested in Harry Maguire. He's been interested in Boateng. He's been interested in Toby Alderweireld. Attackively, I think he's been interested in Icardi. Icardi, very, very good player for Inter Milan, I heard. He's been interested in Bale. He's been interested in so many players, that Mourinho's missed out on. Griezmann would have been fantastic for us. In that number 7, Griezmann would have been fantastic. He can play, he's versatile at number 7. He can play up front. Griezmann would have been absolutely fantastic, but we know he's not coming now. We was on the brink of getting him a year or so ago, but obviously due to the transfer ban Madrid got at that moment in time, it stopped basically Manchester United from getting Antoine Griezmann at Manchester United. But yeah, the main part of this video is, as I said at the beginning of the video, we do have another injury update. Paul Pogba reportedly has suffered a slight injury. It's described as a minor injury. It's not a severe injury, thank God. So he is in doubt. He is in doubt for the Manchester City game. He's not guaranteed. He's fully going to be missing the game. He could still maybe play, but reportedly he missed training on Friday. Paul Pogba, the player that's played in every single Premier League game this season for Man United. He hasn't missed a single minute, so he could be in doubt for tomorrow's game. I said Lukaku, he's being assessed at the moment, because we know he suffered an injury, something to do with his muscle. But it's confirmed. Mourinho said he could be available for the game, so we'll have to see what happens. Will Ander Herrera be featuring from the start? Ander Herrera started from the start against Juventus midweek. I think he's been in good. I think his performances have been very, very good lately. Ander Herrera's. So we'll have to see what happens. Anyway, more things will update anyway. So anyway, that's everything to update today. More things updates in the press. I will be updating you as we always do on this channel. As I said, I've enjoyed your company today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, guys. I'll see you all again very soon.